up, guys? Welcome back to the Jet Exchange. How we doing today? My name is Jet. This channel, this community is when we talk about trading, investing, stock options, and trading psychology. Today, I want to talk about something that most unprofitable traders do. It's something that I used to do in a little section of my trading. It still revolved around, sadly to say, so I can actually deem myself as a profitable trader. It is, as you've seen, the title of the video, Compulsive Trading. I'm going to give you guys a quick definition of what compulsive means. Compulsing. Let's see. Compulsing, doing an action over and over again because you feel a strong card to stop the urge, even if you want to stop and know how to stop. Now, with this, some of the actions that I do, my personal experience of doing, and some of you guys might do. I know I have a bad tendency of being eager to make money, um, being on the charts, watching every tick of the candle, and not using a stop loss, take profit, or have alert set. Um, I just want to talk about the actions. And now we talk about actions. Okay, the actions. So, um, part of the definition for compulsive, doing the action over and over again because you feel a strong urge, a strong hard urge. Sorry, excuse me, guys. You feel a strong hard to stop urge. That's a hard to stop urge. So my hard to stop urge was staring at the chart. I'm just saying this is my personal experience. You guys have your experience as well. This might be something you guys experience too. But hard to stop urge. One of mine was looking at the chart. Me being fully involved with the trade instead of walking away and letting the trade play out. Micromanaging is what I had. I used to have that. Looking at the chart, like I was saying, looking at the chart, staying on the chart rather than setting alerts, which is my new system. Set an alert to enter the trade. Set an alert for market structure, and next to that, have a stop loss. And then for take profit, have a alert set next, a little bit below your take profit. So everything's automated and is part of your system. Um, Taking a trade and you not being fully confident. It's also action. Also, not keeping your promise, which happens a lot when you're a beginner trader or you trade a lot. Not keeping your promise by taking not taking the setup that belongs to you, which is if you trade breakouts and you trade a rejection, that's you not keeping the promise to yourself of taking your setup only, and not having confirmation enter and entering too early. I used to have also a bad issue with entering too early and not looking for a major confirmation, just any confirmation to enter any trade. And these will be all your actions. Eager to make money, watching the candle every tick, not using the stop loss or take profit, not using alerts. Also, like I was saying, taking a trade that you're not fully confident in. Also, not keeping your promise, not taking your setup, and just answering off of any confirmation. These are all actions towards doing the action over and over again because you feel a strong, hard to stop urge. And eventually, you're going to realize these are the mistakes that you're making. And this is where I came to realize that it was some of the mistakes I was making over and over again because it was hard do with um, the feelings. So let's talk about the feel part of the definition. Feel strong, hard to stop urges. So the feeling strong about the confidence thing, the feeling urge of your stop loss, take profit, about certain alerts that you could be setting to helping yourself out. Also, not taking your trade, not taking your setup. Um, my experience, it has to do with, I see it the most has to do with lack and limitations. You put limitations on yourself. I didn't realize this not too long ago. When you don't believe in your stop loss, you think you can just let it keep running. You take a trade that's not really yours. That's a lack of limitation. You saying to yourself that you're not going to be able to take a trade tomorrow. Your setup is never going to appear tomorrow or 3 days from now. Also, um, another feel strong emotion is not being abundant. Also, it ties into you not thinking that you can take a trade tomorrow, or the next day, or the next day, or whenever your next trading session is. You don't believe in that moment that that you're not going to be able to take another trade. In that moment, you think this is the only trade that you'll be able to take ever, and that's where you usually mess up. I know for sure that's where it used to mess me up because I was so focused on the day, and I had to learn that it's okay to be dialed in and be in the present moment, but that present moment is not the only moment that's going to exist. It's going to be multiple present moments where you're going to take a trade, and it's going to be multiple present moments where you're not going to take a trade, and sometimes you're going to make profits, sometimes you're going to break even, sometimes you're just going to take a loss. It's just all part of everything. It's just like um, day day in life. I mean, most of the time. Um, Sometimes you don't get to watch that show you've been wanting to watch. Sometimes you don't get to clean the things you've been wanting to clean. And you just gotta live with that and know that you can use that present moment to realize that you can do it a different day. I mean, we do it for a lot of things. Sometimes it could be looked as like being lazy and pushing off to a different day, but in trading, it's really a powerful thing. You're not taking that trade because it's not your trade and saving it for a different day because you're gonna need all that energy for when your setup actually appears. I don't know if that was a good example or not, but let's keep rolling. Um, yeah, abundance and lack of scarcity and putting limitations on yourself. Ways that we should prevent this. You can prevent this by obviously having self belief in yourself. Having self belief that if the trade hits your stop loss, cut it. Cut it, move on to the next trade, leave it behind because there's nothing for you there anymore. What's the next trade is going it's gonna help you out, it's gonna make you it's gonna be the trade that's actually important once you realize that it hits your stop loss and that's over. On the flip side of it, you saying take profit, great. You made profit, you did good. You journal, you still do the same thing. You leave it behind because your next trade is gonna need your full attention because you already know how that goes. If you don't give it your full attention, you start doing other things. You start hesitating. You start taking false confirmations. That's why you got to be fully head on with your trades and just be in the present moment and know, be adaptive and be in your feet about everything. Um, whether it's a losing trade or whether it's a winning trade, because either one, it makes you a profitable trader. If you know how to take a good loss, you're profitable. If you take a win, of course you're profitable. But what separates unprofitable from profitable is the the profitable trader leaves the trades that already been taken behind. The unprofitable trader holds on to all the trades that they've taken, which I've I've done that numerous of times. Um, but ways you can prevent it, like I said, self belief, having abundance, knowing that you're going to be able to take a trade another day. Also, plan, having your trading plan, having a system. I got something else up here. Element, stress, stress. How will your trading plan prevent it? I already made some videos on trading plan and how can it help you during your trading session. But it eliminates the stress. It eliminates stress and false trades. False trades um, is, to me, as my definition, and I'm telling you guys, false trades are any trades that's not your setup. Whether it don't matter how good the fucking trade looks, it's a false trade to you because that's not your setup. That's not a trade that's made for you. It's a trade to get you to, you know, break your self confidence, because your self confidence lies inside your system, which is made and designed personally for you to succeed. So if you do that, if you go and take that false trade, you taking somebody else's system that only you're not putting the dots together, and you're not putting you putting a puzzle to you putting a puzzle piece to a puzzle that's not originally your puzzle. You're taking somebody else's puzzle piece and putting it towards your puzzle, expecting it to latch on when it's not. It just falls right off like the trade. Um, but yeah, that's just wanted to talk about compulsive trading today. It's something in my journey I've really dealt with it with a long time, and I had to get over it. I'm still looking at ways to fully eliminate my compulsive trading. But one thing I can say, it has gotten better, and I have learned from being a compulsive trader. Still, currently, a little sliver of me still holds on to this identity. But me personally, I don't attach myself to this because I know that heart that I will prevail and I will be a profitable trader. If you got something from this video today, I'm glad you did. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe, like, and it was cool talking to you guys. See you on the next one. I do plan on making some. I did buy a funded challenge, so I plan to do something with that. Y'all just tune in, and I'm gonna see y'all in